Welcome back, my friends. After that lightning fast round one, we finally recovered, and it's time to get into round two.
Let's do it.
Tell the good people what they're in for this time, sir.
Yeah, this time we got a pretty good matchup. We've got Michael on Sabine ECL going up against Pearson on Ray Tarkentown.
Your kin is on the line, playing some Ray
right.
Tarkentown.
Yep.
This is going to be sweet. So this is a really interesting matchup because, we're talking about the one Ray, right?
Yep.
She's going to come in here into this, this Austin, Texas, the city that gets no aggro players whatsoever.
Exactly, yeah.
They all showed up today.
They
Holy
did.
cow, what a great day to be on.
Armada is here.
What a great day to be on Red Ray.
Yeah.
I think this is, it's really hard to say that anyone's favored into Sabine, but how do you, if you were to, if gun to your head, man, you had to give me a percentage on what you feel like this one is. Where do you think it stands for Ray?
I think I'm still going to have to give the nod to the Sabine ECL. It's such a strong deck. It can really aggro you out. It can move really fast. If your draws are the least bit clunky, a sequence goes the least bit wrong, things can get real bad for you real quick, right? So the trick for the Ray deck, I think, is to be able to withstand that early pressure, be able to get a good Sentinel unit down, get a shielded Village Protectors in there, blunt some of that early damage, and then turn that corner and ride the restore, bridge into that restore from Ray, into the redemption, and then you're home free. Yeah,
I think if you get that curve out, it's every time. It's every time. But at the same time though, if there's anyone that can take a long thought out, well set up plan and just destroy it, it is Sabine. Right. Yeah. Everyone has a plan until punch him in the mouth or whatever type of thing. Yeah. Everything has a plan until ECL Poe comes in. Yeah. And that's just the thing about ECL Poe, man, that no matter what is happening, ECL Poe will come in and take care of it. You got a Boba with a Boma's armor, gone. You got any 7 health leader, gone. You have some really powerful upgrade, gone. You got a shielded sentinel, gone. Yeah. Right? Just Poe takes care of everything. And being that Swiss Army knife is, I think, what really underrates. Poe is so interesting of a card because I feel like people are down on him so much. He's not good on paper. ECL's what makes him good, yada yada. And all of those things are kind of true. However, what really sets it apart is that Poe, the strength of Poe is that he swings big while simultaneously answering everything.
Yep.
And the reason why Poe never seems like he wins a game is because people don't even really bother trying to stop you from what you're doing as Sabine, because they know they can't, because they know Poe can do it. Poe can take care of whatever it is you're doing against it. And I think that's where he really shines, especially in a matchup like this. Poe is this crazy tool because he's the ultimate I'd rather have it and not need it thing.
Yep.
But his presence is why you don't need him, because we don't bother, putting ourselves in those positions to get outed by Poe. I think that's the real strength of that card.
Yeah. He might be the card in set 2 that demands an answer from your opponent.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, Pearson's actually got a pretty good setup here. He's found his Village Protectors, which is really critical to have, and he's got them ready for the Sabine turn here. So, unfortunately, Michael had to burn a Fleet Lieutenant last turn without being able to get the attack off with it. So, let's see how he's going to proceed here. He's going to ping first.
Yeah, this is a really rough start for Sabine. Oh my God, Jedi Lightsaber on Village Protectors. Oh man, this is bad. Honestly, not a great start for Sabine. We lost the initiative on turn 1 due to rule, which means that Ray's Sabine unit kills our Sabine unit and survives, and then our Fleet Lieutenant blanks, and then the Village Protectors comes down and now has a giant upgrade on it. This is all around a very, very bad situation.
Okay.
Whoa.
So he's ECLing a Pathfinder in to get the shield off. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's not really where we want to be, but we do get the shield off the
Sentinel. That's not where we want to be at all.
Now,
although
this Village Protector can kill Sabine. Yeah.
It can, and survive.
And survive,
right? Because the Jedi Lightsaber is 3/3.
Yep.
So we're going to be at 1 health. Oh, dude, this is pretty bad news.
Yeah, that's not what we were hoping for on the leader flip turn there.
No, I think all of that equaling out is why I don't really like that ECL play very much. I think it would have made a little more sense to just run your Fleet Lieutenant into the shield and then just ECL Poe next turn. Now, maybe we don't have Poe, could we make that play hoping we draw Poe? Maybe. Is that what it takes?
Yeah.
Is the situation that we found ourselves in right now better? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No. This is coming out of the leader, the Sabine flip turn with no units on board, and the ECL burned already is not the plan we're hoping for.
And there's still a giant sentinel in our way.
Yeah.
There's still like a really big sentinel in our way.
Yeah.
And now that our ECL is gone, how do you even get rid of this thing? I guess you could make some kind of a timely intervention play.
Possible. Yeah.
I mean, like timely K2 would be okay here.
I don't see a timely in the deck. It's in the sideboard. But
We're smuggling Cassian in.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's going to take care of this immediate problem.
So we're gonna go
but
ahead and hit base with the protectors.
yeah, you get to
hit
blast
that.
base for 5 here, and then Cassian trades into this thing.
That's a lot of cards we had to trade into that Sentinel.
That's so much. That is so much. All the while losing our lead on damage as Sabine.
and you know, that's the part that's often overlooked with this Ray aggression deck is aggression's in the name. You know, it can push damage. It's got the red units to do that. You know, the Sabine unit, the Green Squadron A-Wing. I mean, you know, it could even have a Poe of its own, right? So it does have the ability to push out a lot of damage when it's ready to turn that corner and move.
Yeah, it still possesses that entire engine, and like as like the thing that makes the Lukes, you know, and stuff so scary is obviously like, you know, the just ridiculous amounts of restore, but that dude does swing for 6.
Yeah.
And the Sabine deck does not have a clear answer for that unit. It just doesn't.
No. Luke Skywalker is just at the F-35. You know, like
he's a monster.
You're not going to outrace him if he can stick to the board. And like you said, with Sabine, there's just so few ways to get rid of him. It's going to be really hard to come back from that. Yeah,
it's not a lovely spot to be in. And now we're just kind of at the point where, like, even though there's only 4 damage on the base, but like we've already got Restore 3 on board. It's just rough. It's just rough. This is not where I want to be as Sabine.
And see, using the 3 resources to come out and lead with the Fighters for Freedom. And again, you know, honestly, like maybe we don't even have the unit, but we're feeling pretty safe about deploying Ray now, right? We're not going to get blown up with a Wrecker even or something like that.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of things that could scare us here.
Right.
You know, there's a world where maybe there was like a timely intervention play.
Another 4 calls. That's a pretty good hit. That's a good one. You like to see that.
It's rough though. We need units, you know.
Yeah, we do.
I actually think that For a Cause is the single worst card that we could play on this turn because we are doing nothing but more burn damage that is going to get restored anyway.
You're absolutely
Yoda's
right.
restoring 2, the Ark's restoring 1, Rey is restoring 3. Wow. So we've got restore 6 on the board right now, and we only had 4 damage on us. So already we were wasting 2 of our restore. That burn that you just did to me with For a Cause, thank you. Now a little bit of my restore is not wasted. Yeah,
I mean we're sculpting our hand or a draw with it is probably the ceiling for it at this point. And I believe Pearson even he's got another resource. If he wants, he can even use Rey to buff the Yoda or their Arc and then flip Rey and then buff herself again. So he can push a lot of damage on this turn. He's got 4 up. I don't know if he's got a pillage.
I wouldn't hate putting a token on the restored Arc either.
No,
so they can start fighting Red 3s and A-Wings.
Yep.
That would be very good. Because I think that might be like our only out here is like, I don't know, timely a Wrecker or something like that next turn. Maybe you can timely a Wrecker and then start winning in space after, but I mean, you've just effectively dealt no damage. Also, man, as the person who changes the damage numbers on this as we cast, this is actually just the worst matchup ever.
Ping 1, your pain.
Ping 1, restore 2. Ping 1, restore 2. Ping 3, restore 3. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna start doing like every other turn intervals here.
I hear you.
Until it gets like too cutthroat, where like the hard decisions actually matter.
All right. So
oh my god, and a Kanan coming down. Oh. We threw our deck. We just threw it. We're just over it.
I think it just...
tidy that boy up.
Calls the judge. Make sure everything's,
Yes, judge.
Yep.
Judge. Room service.
Yep.
Clean up.
Exactly.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Yep.
Wow, and a Kanan coming down with just even more restore. Yeah, I mean, this is...
I mean, at this point, if you're the Sabine player, maybe Michael would just go to game 2.
You definitely should. I mean, realistically speaking, I don't think you're ever worried about going to time here. But also, in this matchup as a whole. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is a swan song. You know, this one I think is pretty much locked, signed, and sealed, wrapped and loaded.
Yeah.
This is the matchup that you sleeve this deck up for.
Yep.
This is it, and we picked a real good day to do it, man.
Yep. We did. Yeah.
You know, something about you know, these big money baby cash tourneys is they bring in all the out of town aggro. Is what I'm saying.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. It's all fun and games until the out of town aggro shows up.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, we went from 0 Sabines last time to 4 Sabines in this event.
Yep.
We've got some Boba Reds in here too, a couple stray aggros. There's a lot of aggro here today. Yep. You know, you want to classify the Boba Yellows as aggro too. It's a good day to randomly be on some Ray, dude. What a good call. It's crazy because I was talking to Hunter from the first round stream, and he was like, "Man, I really wanted to play double blue Ray today. I just wasn't quite feeling it." And after round 1, he was like, "God, dude, I should have played double blue Ray. With a perfect field to play double blue Ray into,
it would have
man.
been a good one.
4 Sabines. Sure. 4 Sabines and 4 Bobas, 2 yellows, 2 reds. 8 out of the 19 in the room.
Yeah.
Pretty much hard aggro. Oh, dude, what a good day. What a good day.
That Han Green thrown in there, it's almost 4.5 Sabines.
Oh,
really.
dude, no, totally. The Han Green is a super aggro deck. It's just a slightly different flavor, but it's very good. It's very good.
So if you're Michael here, we're looking at the sideboard. You know, we've got 2 Confiscate, 2 Heroic Sacrifice, 2 Timely Interventions, 2 Sundari Peacekeepers, and 2 Adelphi Patrol Wings. What do you think you're bringing in on that?
Oh my God, everything maybe.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
A lot of those are pretty good, all things considered.
I mean, he's already showed us the Jedi lightsaber. You know, we know we got shields on our Sentinels. The Confiscate can help.
Yeah, and I mean the EXP tokens, right?
Yep.
That's probably not what we want to spend one resource and a card doing a lot of the time, but sometimes cracking the right token at the right time can change everything. I mean, absolutely. Ray gets a token, right? You pop one off. Thanks for the follow, dude. Oh my God, dude, I missed Wrecker. We didn't see him that game.
No,
I've been missing some Wrecker.
Yeah, no.
Are we gonna need to bring Top Deck Trent back into the fray for some Wrecker action? Yeah, I mean, you know, you pop the EXP token off of a Ray, you put it on a 6 health. Now you can ECL Poe in cleanly. Yep. Although I guess you could discard the card and do, you know, pitch the upgrade. Your poser basically confiscates, right? But you know, the more the merrier. Sometimes, you know, it puts 6 health things into 5 health range for Wrecker if they've been buffed by a token. It's just all around okay stuff. I wouldn't hate Confiscate here. No. Heroic Sacrifice can help you swing up into some of this stuff. I mean, I like all of our sideboard options here, really. Yeah. We have no timely interventions in the main board, right? They're all on the side.
It appears they're all on the side.
I think that's definitely a card that we need coming in here.
Yep.
The Adelphi Patrol Wings are pretty spicy too. Yep. I like those quite a lot, especially against, you know, a Ray deck where they're paying 1 to put a token on so much. You're almost always going to keep the initiative against a Ray deck. Yeah. So Adelphi Patrol Wing feels pretty good.
It can hit a Concordone Interceptor and live too, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's a big space unit, chunky. Yeah,
it's a very good ECL target. Yep. You know, if something like a Concord Dawn finds itself with a token, it's just, you know, it's just good. It also hits hard, which, you know, barreling our way over to space might need to be what we do in this matchup.
It's not a bad pivot. Yeah, you know, as far as Pearson goes, I think he's got a couple open fires in the sideboard. I feel those probably made their way in.
Yeah, open fire is really good. Open fire is very good. Stops those Fleet Lieutenant wing leader plays. Yeah. If you get to keep that initiative, we're not going to have it, you know, since we won game 1. But even if we just like, sometimes honestly, if I have like open fire or something like that in hand, and if I have a turn 1 play, if I'm up against Sabine, I might just claim. I won't even pay my 2-drop. I'll just claim so I can instantly delete whatever your turn 1 play is, because shutting down that Fleet Lieutenant or that wing leader, it's just so massive, dude.
Roll your own Power of the Dark Side. It's
it's the same principle as those decks, except, you know, most of the time they won't even play the 2-drops, so they're not really losing out on anything. You know, they're not making like a ballsy decision, right? Yeah. But sometimes it's just what you have to do, man. The games where Sabine gets to keep that turn 1 unit alive and, you know, blast you with the A-wing the wing leader / Fleet Lieutenant. Completely different games, dude.
All right, Michael starts out with the Battlefield Marine.
Oh, the
with the R2.
The indelible R2. Yep. I mean, this is dope. We can put another token on R2 next turn and kill the Battlefield Marine unless it gets wing leadered. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You know, R2D2 just one of those units that's like the sum of the parts is better than just any one of the individual ones. You know, you got this little 1/4 unit that can, man, and boy can he.
Dude, he's so good. I mean, being a 2/5 in this deck is super massive. Yeah. Potentially being a 3/6 next turn is going to be a really, really big deal too. Yep. Ooh, we got a little metal ceremony action in the hand. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. The nice part too, though, is that even if this Battlefield Marine gets wing leadered, we can still swing R2 into it and then Tarkin Town it, which I don't hate either.
True. Yep.
Normally, when you're against ECL matchups, you almost always want to save Tarkin Town for the thing that gets ECL'd. However, I think the prime ECL situation in this matchup is just Poe into Rey every single time. Like, you probably just want to hold it until the Rey flip if you can manage that.
Looks like he is going to buff R2. Yep.
Oh, yeah. And the 2 that Rey deals back to Poe does not put him in Tarkin Town range. So since that play doesn't really work, I think you're kind of a little more free to do what you'd like with your Tarkin Town in this matchup.
Yeah.
Dude, R2 the Slayer.
R2
the Slayer, bro. R2 the Slayer. Yeah, that's gangster.
I'd love to see R2 getting in there, mixing it up.
Mixing it up, dude. He's in the mix like checks.
Yep.
You gonna pay 3 for Fighters for Freedom? Yeah,
Yep.
It's not a bad one.
Nope.
Not a bad one.
Not at all.
Not necessarily a Fleet Lieutenant Wing Leader play that we wanted to see this turn, but
Pierce has got 2
still
left.
a better
Let's
start.
see.
Sabine unit looks pretty good here, too.
Yep, not bad.
We're gonna...
Michael's going to take the initiative.
Yeah, getting to keep that initiative here is really strong.
Yeah.
Keeps a lot of nice plays open. You know what looks really good right now? ECL K2 and R2.
Oh.
That looks really good.
That looks real nice. You got that right, yeah.
Although, that would leave K2 at 1 health, which means Sabine unit could swing and ping and kill him for free.
True.
At that point, though, you've done what? 3 Overwhelm, and
you're going to put another 3 on the base, too.
Or,
so
no, not 3 Overwhelm. You did 1 Overwhelm, and then 3 on the base, because R2's got 6 health.
Yeah.
3 health remaining. It's a pretty chunky guy.
Sure, I don't hate that, though,
Yeah, I think you just got to kind of keep going face, though. I don't know, dude. This matchup is weird. I'm not sure how the Sabine players really like to approach this one. Because if you let that board get out of hand, I mean, it really is just rough. But it's hard to imagine ever spending your time attacking anything but a restore unit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite feel worth it. Feels like you're just kind of like delaying the inevitable at that point. I think the goal of this matchup is probably just to kind of like sneak one through, so to speak.
Yeah, and we're already seeing, I mean, now again, Fighters for Freedom's got Saboteur, but we're already seeing how different this game's playing out without that Sentinel on board, for this turn. It's just so different.
Yeah, totally. Sabine runs in the Fighters for Freedom, but goes and puts her ping damage on the base.
Interesting.
Makes sense. I guess, I don't know, are we going to Tarkin Town it?
Keeping
Or maybe just swing R2.
available too, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
R2 would trade with it,
Yeah.
which is not my favorite thing in the world.
We still have all our resources left, so let's see.
Okay, an A-Wing. Right off the bat, I think that frees up Pearson's turn a lot in the event that if he's holding on to some kind of upgrade hate, he doesn't have to worry about a Darksaber now.
Yeah, I was going to say, not having to worry about that Darksaber now is like, you're very relieved to see that.
Yeah, you can spend your cha-ching, which is great now because, like, when it comes to that, like, dance, Sabine dirtles actions on this turn way more than you do every day of the week.
Yes. You can never outlast Sabine on that action economy.
Correct. And you really don't want to get caught, like, passing into a, oops.
And we're back.
You really don't want to get caught passing into, like, a claim and then, blast you with, like, a Fleet Lieutenant or something.
Oh, he's got the takedown. Okay, that's what he was
We won the Dirtle War, though.
We did. Yeah, he managed to outlast him. So
very, very, very nice.
We got an A-Wing up there, though, but so, we got Fleet Lieutenant Wing Leader. He probably has. Yeah, Fleet Lieutenant Wing Leader targets up there, so we'll see.
Yeah, having this A-Wing on board is, it's going to go a long way.
We still have our ECL, too, right?
That's the big thing. As we go into this 5 resource turn, there's a lot of ECL plays that look quite good into R2. And honestly, you could even go for like an ECL Poe or something like that on this turn. You don't really have to save it. As long as the Poe stays alive and can still clear Rey on flip, like he can still just sit there and threaten.
Yeah.
But man, I feel like if we do have, a Wrecker in hand, okay, so we do have a Poe in hand. I feel like we have a Wrecker in hand, though. I don't know. Would you just like drop the Poe here? Without ECL, so you can ECL Wrecker in next turn.
That could be pretty sweet. I do like that.
ECL Wrecker into the Rey flip is just so good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to dirtle that long. The ping is pretty big.
I mean, if we just drop the Poe here without any timely intervention or ECL usage or anything like that, which it's going to demand an answer like, hey, do you have Rivals Fall or not Rivals Fall, but Fell? Do you got Fell the Dragon or not? And if you don't, then Wrecker's coming next turn, right?
It's very pressure. Demanding, yeah. And then I don't know how you answer the Wrecker on the next turn.
Exactly.
Right? I think it's pretty scary either way. I think if you drop the Poe, I wouldn't want to drop the Poe before the R2 swings though, because then you can go R2, run into it, and then Tarkin Town the Poe, right? Or no, we already Tarkin Towned. So I guess that would have been a pretty safe play either way. I think that is the big question right now is, do you ECL this Poe or not? I think you got to hold it. I think you got to make sure you can kill Ray on sight.
Yeah.
Oh, we're spending 1. Oh, we're going to Timely? Okay, and then we're spending 3.
What are we doing here? Oh,
Timely a red 3.
To take out the arc. Interesting.
That's pretty gangster. Oh, yeah, raid 1. Yeah, that's pretty gangster.
Okay, all right.
I don't hate that.
No.
I don't hate that. I think it's a pretty good use of that's the worst time to see a Concord Dawn Interceptors, though. After
tough.
you've just finished setting up this nice situation in space right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is brutal. We do still have our ECL, of course, but
So he must be on the ECL Poe plan, I guess is what's happening here, yeah.
definitely. We have to catch that Ray deploy before it gets too crazy. Alternatively, if we have Wrecker by now, oh god.
That is also, that's
Blast Ray for 5, swing, take 2 back, overwhelm for 6.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So I think that's what we're gonna be very careful about here.
Yeah, and Michael seems to be very intentional about denying that restore as much as he can this game too. Seems to be what's going on. To take out the restored arc like that, and if he looks as if he, like you just said, he's planning that ambush play on Ray when she comes out, just trying to deny that restore.
Oh, he's just
gonna
dropping the Poe right
cast the
now.
Poe.
Whoa, interesting. Oh, maybe not. We're fiddling with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
We're fiddling with it. It looks like it's on the table.
Our hand has left the card. I'm not sure.
Yeah, our hand's also pretty bad outside of that Poe, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ECLing the Poe.
We're ditching. Okay.
We're ditching 1. I imagine to deal 2 damage to the Concord Dawn Interceptors. That way we can actually kill it.
I think that must be. Yeah. That seems like
Because at 4 health, it doesn't look too great for that thing.
Nope.
If you deal 2 to it, and then even if Ray buffs it, it's still going to die to either swing. That's pretty good.
Pitch another card to take
Pitch another one to
token off.
break an upgrade. So now R2 only hits back for 2, which means Ray swinging for 3 does not kill
R2's
Poe.
dead, right? So yeah. Oh, sorry, you were saying he's coming back for the 3 damage. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. No, I like that. I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
No, that
clean.
works out, yeah.
It says that your Ray can't just go and, take out Poe anymore.
Yeah. I like it.
I like that. I think, it's tough because if you want to hold your play there to ambush Ray, it's just so awkward because you have to send in both of your ships, right, into this Concord Dawn. So essentially, you're preserving the life of one of your ships to allow Ray to get an attack off and restore 3.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine. Right, the A-wing surviving now. Oh my god. Okay, it's no longer fine.
Yeah, this is tough.
It's no longer a good life for our A-wing here.
No,
our A-wing surviving is now finding very little value.
I was just about to say, Michael's done a really great job of developing his border. He's got 2 units. Pearson doesn't have any, and then then it all changes with the 1 symbol dropping in space. So we hate to see that.
The second Concord Dawn Interceptors is so big here, dude.
We set that turn up, Michael. We set that turn up pretty well actually to get that damage in and do that. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I definitely like how we got here. I think we've been spending our resources pretty intelligently. I think going with the timely red 3 line last turn in the moment was definitely the correct play.
Creative,
especially,
yeah.
No, it was good. Rather than ECLing Poe in last turn. The open fire for Poe. That might just be it.
Clear. Yeah,
that might just be it.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the base for 3. So that's a 6 HP swing right there. That's so brutal.
Yeah, and now we just don't have an answer anymore to Ray. We just there's no more 1-card answers to Ray in our deck.
No, we don't have an easy way through that Concord Dawn Interceptor in space either. I mean,
yeah. I think your only hope at this point is what timely a wrecker into her, right? Which we know we have neither of those cards. We would have had to rip both of those off the top right now, and we know that there's only 2 timelies on the side, so this would be the only other timely in our deck. Yeah. I think Ray's gonna get another swing off, man, and I don't know if we can recover from that.
Yeah, he's pinging base, so yeah. And the big problem now too is
the Concord is buffed. Oh no.
Yeah. If we do find a way through Ray, we know we're staring at Luke Skywalker in the face. So.
Yeah, I mean, if a Luke gets dropped here, it is just lights out. It's just going to be a wrap. And not only are we losing control of ever closing this game out as Sabine, we're also just about to die.
Yeah.
We're going to take 2 from this Concord Dawn probably, and then we're kind of just dead.
Yeah.
We had to have ripped some kind of a miracle off the top of our deck here to even have any kind of hope of turning this around. Sounds like a Wrecker's coming down. No, it's just another Poe. Oh, we didn't even resource.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we did discard all of our cards to Poe. Oh, and here comes the Force Throw.
So let's see.
Oh, show me the money.
Yeah.
Show me the money. Ooh, a little red 3. Yeah, let's just bust that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, no point in killing the A-Wing. That A-Wing is not doing anything. That A-Wing has nothing in front of it but the sweet allure of death. that A-Wing, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, just go into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have to kill that thing at some point, but we have a takedown for the Poe. Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness. Just absolutely brilliant use of every single resource and every single card in this hand.
Well sequenced, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Those poor Poes.
Yeah.
Those poor Poes. Not a lot of value to be seen from Oli. I was just singing his graces as the Swiss Army knife, but yeah, when he doesn't have the best ECL in the world, I mean, Poe's a monster, but he's not going to save you from a game that's already lost.
We talked earlier about like Poe's that card that demands an answer, and it just seems like Ray's got him.
Dude, that open fire, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The absolute pinpoint strategic use of the Poe to go ahead and discard to knock the 1 XP off of R2 to only take 2 back. So genius, and then just boom, open fire in Poe's face. God, that was brutal.
Yeah.
That was brutal. And the Concord Dawn is just going to finish this off.
Yeah.
A little swing from Way, a little swing from a double buffed Concord Dawn. Dude, that's brutal, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it claps back for 5?
Yeah.
Dude, how monstrous.
That's
Oh
just,
my goodness, man. That right there.
Savage.
Just textbook. It was just textbook.
It was.
It was just textbook, and we're frozen.
Frozen in time. We're in awe of what's just happened.
We are in awe of what's just happened.
Yep.
God, dude, that was a brutal round, man.
That was pretty
Holy
tough.
cow,
I mean, that was that's the matchup you don't really want to see as the Sabine player.
Correct.
And it kind of played out for the reason why you don't want to see it.
Yeah. That is what you sleeve up if you don't quite want to deal with the Sabines in this room. I think I'm really eager to see how Pearson's run here continues, as he might go into some more of these heavier mid-range matchups.
Yeah.
That might give him a little bit more trouble, but
It could.
I mean, dude, pillage, man. The hand hate is what comes in to solve those matchups.
Red's got a lot of answers for that stuff. It can really attack your hand. It can attack your board. It's got the removal. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything going on in this deck. It's got a lot of really, really, really solid things that it can combat all around. I don't know why we're frozen again, guys. But we're going to go ahead and pull our champion here in for a little bit of a player interview and pique Pearson's mind on what's up with this crazy, crazy Red Ray deck. We'll be right back, guys. Welcome back, guys. I got your champion of round 2, Mr. Pearson here. Holy cow, dude! Congratulations. That was one of those. This is what I sleeve the deck up to do, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it's funny to have a conversation with you, man, about why would you take anti-aggro Red Ray to the city where there's no aggro? In fact, the only time there is aggro is when you show up. But the Sabine showed up today, huh?
Great, yeah. I'm pretty happy about it because obviously the deck's good into it, but I wasn't originally taking Ray into this thinking I would be an anti-aggro deck. It just kind of worked out that way. For the most part, I was concerned about like control and like heavy mill decks and stuff like that because I obviously have Pillage, Force Throw, and K2 in there that I can play against them, which are all pretty good. So,
yeah, the hand hate package is massive. You know, this deck's, Red Blue Heroism kind of has that whole like Swiss Army knife thing going on right now where it's got a little bit of answer to everything. The history of the Red Ray deck it's a weird one because I remember before the set came out, everyone was hyping on this deck. Then they kind of just figured they could play the same deck on Han. Yeah. Why Ray over Han?
Just because it has a better matchup into aggro and it's easier to stabilize with the Restore 3 off of Ray's leader ability or leader side.
Yeah.
And obviously you can play Tarkin Town, which is just free removal.
That's true.
It's definitely worth the 5 health deficit from the 30-point bases. And aside from that,
I think the Force synergy goes a long way too, right?
Yes, it does.
Because those Han decks do play all of those Force cards, but having it on your leader it just makes them all a little bit better, And it makes a little bit more of them justifiable, right? Like I would never put Jedi Lightsaber in a blue Han Solo deck. Right?
Yeah,
I would not do that. But in this Ray deck, sweet. Yeah. Same for stuff like we're gonna see it in your list, but like the Force is with me, things like that. You just get a lot more access to those, I think. I think it's legit. I think Restore 3 is crazy.
It is. It really is. That's why Luke Unit is also so good, because, you know, if you don't get rid of it, then you're just racing them pretty much.
Yeah.
They can't do anything about it.
Yeah, if you can just navigate the downside of being that like 1 turn slower, right? Because, you know, in Han, your leader flips on 5 and then Luke comes out on 6.
Yes.
You know, Rey flips on 6, Luke comes out on 7. So like you're a little bit slower, but as long as you can like navigate that and like really, I think the Restore 3 kind of makes up for that turn.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. What are you most afraid of, I guess, with your Swiss Army knife here, right? What does the knife not cut, Pearson?
Probably Mono Boba.
Yeah, yeah, that one's tough.
Just because I force throw and like open fire and like stuff like that, and don't really go well into shielded stuff.
No, they don't.
And also, you kind of Rey's whole thing is being able to trade better with her XP tokens, and that's just direct damage, so they can't really do much to shielded units.
Yeah, and all the bouncing, you know.
Yes,
I mean,
the bouncing is terrible.
Yeah, you don't necessarily pile on tokens like say a Tarkin deck does, but tokening up your guy just to get him bounced feels really bad. They can answer your Yodas without letting you draw cards. Yeah, the bounce is pretty max pain.
And you can't play Obi-Wan at all, which is
No,
sucks,
yeah, Obi-Wan getting cunninged is, yeah, that bounce is scary.
It is.
Yeah, it's probably pretty tough to deal with Leader Boba too. I don't think you have a whole lot of clean answers there.
Yeah, I mean, the deck has more answers than most other decks with Force Throw and Rival's Fall, but
That's true, you can always force throw yourself.
Committing 6 on Fire Spray turn kind of sucks if you don't have a Space Sentinel out already.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and then when you do, it gets bounced. Yeah. yeah, it's tough. That is a scary one. There's a couple of those in the room, so we'll see if you can overcome your worst nightmare there, man.
hopefully.
Yeah. Until then, dude, keep on rocking and rolling.
Thank you.
We'll be back for round 3 very soon, guys. Don't go anywhere.